everyone, I'm Mike Disturber and welcome to the channel, and today we're doing Poor Man Burnt Ends. What does that mean? Well, we're doing an inexpensive version of Brisket Burnt Ends utilizing a chuck roast. Now, you've seen my version of the Poor Man Brisket using a chuck roast and it came out outstanding. This, I have no doubt, is going to turn out just as outstanding, and I'm really looking forward to this because I haven't had burnt ends in a long time, and I saw this chuck roast. You see how nicely marbled this chuck roast is? I had to buy it. I knew exactly what I was going to do when I bought it, and I just had burnt ends on the mind. Now, this isn't going to be as succulent as a brisket because there's just not that much fat, connective fat in the chuck roast as there is in a brisket. Okay, so we can't even compare it, but it is going to be damn good. It is going to be tender, and if you're on a budget and you want to whip one of these up, you're going to learn how to do it, and it's so freaking simple. So I got a 3 1/4 pound chuck roast here. I'm going to do this a little bit differently than most. I'm going to actually dice this into 1-inch cubes rather than smoke the whole joint here, and then bring it up to 210, get it all tender, and finish it off. We're going to do this a little bit differently. 99.9% sure it's going to work. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to dice this into 1-inch cubes. That way all the sides of the meat get seasoned. Okay, number one. Then we're going to go ahead and cook this in my pellet smoker, my Pit Boss pellet smoker. And we're going to cook it up to about 120, 130 degrees. At that point in time, we should have some good bark. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in one of my foil pans here, covered up nice and tight, put a little barbecue sauce on it, and then finish it off. Get it up to that nice tender temperature point, which is around 205, 206 degrees. And we should be able to grab those things. They're not going to just totally fall apart, but they're going to give, and they're going to be so tender. So let's get going, all right? So I'm not going to do a lot of trimming. I do see a big chunk of fat here, so I'll probably go down here, get that big chunk out. There is some good meat here that I will try to salvage, which I did. So there we go. Got my bowl over here, and I think there's another good piece right about in here. Yes, perfect. They don't have to be perfectly square. There we go. That's going to go to the side. I might even make something out of that, some sort of soup or what have you. The rest of it, we're just going to square these off. 1-inch cubes. Okay, we're all cut up. There are my cubes. Now I'm going to go in with 2 different rubs. My first rub, and no, it's not a great choice rub. This is the container I use to make all my mutt rubs in. This is my own homemade rub that I use, and it's pretty much salt, pepper, garlic salt, paprika, onion salt, and a little brown sugar. So I'm going to go in with first with this rub, kind of do a base layer, and I go in generously with this, get everything covered, and then I'm going to go in with the Scientology Sasquatch Barbecue Dirt Beef Rub. Now, I've used that a couple of times, and it's really black, but don't let that deceive you. It's not pepper. This has a nice sweetness to it, a nice spiciness to it. It caught me by surprise, and I absolutely love it, especially for beef, and I'm going to use that today. It will also help with that nice dark bark that we're looking for. All right, so my first layer of seasoning is in here. My rub. Now I'm going to go in with my Sasquatch dirt. See, it really does look like dirt. Give it a nice rub. Then I'm going to let this marinate. I really wanted to get this in last night. We had a big storm come through, kind of threw things all out of whack for us. This didn't get done, so I'm going to go ahead and at least give it an hour in the fridge here let that dry marinate, and then we'll get it on the pellet smoker. All right, there you have it. It's all mixed up. This is gonna go in the fridge. I'll be back in a quick second for you and about an hour from me. Don't go anywhere.
It was at this point that I discovered that my trusty sound guy had somehow dropped the ball on my sound. So I'm just going to have to call in on my voice guy to voice over what I am doing in these next two clips. After removing my marinated beef from the fridge, I placed them on this rack to allow for better heat, air, and smoke to circulate over and around all the beef ends. Before placing the ends on the rack, I sprayed the rack with a bit of avocado oil to prevent sticking. So here I am on my Pit Boss pellet grill and ready to start smoking these beef ends. I have my heat set at 230 degrees, which should take about 2 hours to create that perfect bark that I am looking for before moving on to the next step in the cook. I have my smoking tube and hopper filled with hickory wood pellets for that deep, rich hickory flavor. You will notice that I have 2 temperature probes set up in the grill. They're set up on the left and right sides of the grill so that I can monitor each zone temperature during the cook. For this cook, I do not want to rush the process and thus avoid the higher heat area on the right side of the grill and place my rack of beef ends on the left side of the Pit Boss. So let's get this shut and let time, temp and smoke take over.
2 hours later.
Okay, it's been 2 hours. I'm back, and as you can see, we got some nice bark going on these burnt ends. They're not quite done yet. They've still got a little give in them or a little pushback on them. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in a tin pan with a combination. I have a half a cup of beef broth here and a 1 cup of the Carolina Red, and this is Wegmans. I really like this stuff. Carolina Red BBQ sauce and a tablespoon of soy sauce. So I'm going to get the tips in the pan, get the sauce over them, get it all tightly covered. Back in the Pit Boss, I'm going to boost that heat up, probably going to bring it up to 300 degrees. Finish them off until they're about 205 degrees. We'll come and check them, and then we should be there. I also want to point out that when I put the burnt tips back on the grill, I put them over on the warmer side of the grill because we really want to infuse all that moisture and that flavoring and what have you into those beef tips so they can break it down and get them really nice and tender. All right, well, we'll be back in a second. Alrighty, it's been an hour and a half, and I do believe that these are done. So, moment of truth. Let's open these up. Get some of that steam out. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. These look so good, and they look burned. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna give these a little mix. Actually, let me try them first. Let me just see if they feel like they're done. I'm pushing it down. It feels like they're kind of breaking down. Nice and tender. They're a little bit hot. I'm not going to grab one right now. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and give these a mix real quick and get them all nice and coated and looking shiny and glistening. Get them over here in this dish, and we'll come back and we'll give them a try. All right, it's the moment of truth time. They look like burnt ends, okay? That's Sasquatch dirt, man. If you're going for burnt ends, Sasquatch dirt. I'll post a little link down the bottom in the description. But they're looking fantastic. They're nice and tender. I'm pushing on them. They're giving, but they're not blowing out. I got a really good feeling about these, and they smell fantastic. All right, but before we try them, let's go ahead and do our episode shout out. This episode is dedicated to all you stove burners out there making your own burn tips. You know, I've seen pictures. You guys are posting all sorts of cool stuff on the stew burner pages. So, hey, this episode is dedicated to you. All right. How am I going to do this? Wow. I'm just going to try pushing one. They're still a little warm. And here we go. I'm pushing this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's just, I don't want to say disintegrating, but it's so juicy inside. Okay? Okay, so this isn't brisket, and we knew this going in, but how close can we get to it, and how is this going to taste? Is it going to be nice and moist and tender? And right now, just by the looks of it, that is like dripping. All right, let's try it. Wow. That, words don't even describe. Melt in your mouth, and juicy, tender. That Carolina red barbecue sauce from Wegmans, that's pretty kicking. I like that. You know, if you have a Wegmans near you, try it out. And but if you have your own favorite barbecue sauce, by all means, use what you like. I just use what I like and what I had in my fridge. This is a hit. This is a, I would serve those to a guest coming over, maybe even as an appetizer. Put a little crostini underneath it. Oh my gosh, maybe a little bit of a green onion. This is a winner. Burnt tips dinner. Poor man's burnt tips. So hey, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and most importantly, share. Right over there, go ahead and hit that logo. It makes it so much easier to subscribe to the channel. So until next time, thanks, and we'll see you.